Hey, what's up guys? Today I'll be doing a review on this Hawkeye Fight Gear Golden Troops Focus Boxing Gloves. So stay tuned. Okay guys, so today we're going to do a close-up weigh-in and review on the Hawkeye Fight Gear Focus Golden Troops Boxing Gloves. I got mine in 60 ounces in the green and gold colorway. You can see it uses what they call micro hawk leather, which is basically their version of microfiber synthetic leather. To me, this looks exactly and feels exactly the same as the synthetic that Rival uses. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're maybe manufactured by the same manufacturer or at least uses the same material. You can see it's a pretty cool looking glove. I like the logo of the hawk on the back of the glove. It's really clean and not overly done. And just show you guys the stitching. The micro hawk leather they use here has a satin finish to it. It says Flux on the thumb right there. And coming down to the wrist section, you have that kind of quilted pattern Velcro strap that wraps around. That's about 2.5 inches in thickness, wraps all the way around. And then on the palm side, you can see it also has that gold. That's kind of a metallic pearl color, it says 16 ounces there. Ventilated holes on the palm as well as on the thumb. You do have an attached thumb. You see some of the stitching kind of coming loose there. That's the attachment's pretty long, which I'll kind of get into here in a little bit. A good sized grip bar as well, double stitching. And the inside uses a tricot liner with black piping on the bottom cuff. The bottom, or should I say the back of the hand, you have almost like a full inch of pretty firm density padding. It's a little bit more dense on the outside and the inside's a little softer, so it's a little bit more conform fitting. And you have about 1/8 of an inch on the actual inside wrist section that comes up to right about here. You can actually see where it's cut. And on this side as well, where it's cut up to the stitching right there. And they use a full 4-layer multi-layer foam padding. I'd say it's on the medium density side. It's not super stiff, and it's definitely not like a puncher's soft broken glove where you can push your fingers all the way through the foam. So really good for really a balanced training glove, as you can see there. So put them next to each other so you guys can see how they look. Again, pretty cool looking glove. Definitely love that Velcro strap. That's probably my favorite feature with that. It says Focus right there on the fingertip compartment. Let's go ahead and put this on the scale, see how much these weigh. I'm hoping they're true to weight. So let's go ahead and start with the right glove. And the right glove is at 15.3 ounces, so just a little bit underweight. That's not a big deal. And the left glove is at 15.1, so they're pretty close to each other and a hair underweight, but that's not too big of a deal. Let's go ahead and do a review. Hey, what's up guys? Carlo here, and today I'm doing a review on the Hawkeye Fight Gear Golden Troops Focus Boxing Gloves. I got mine in the green and gold colorway. You can also get it, I believe, in a white and gold, as well as a black and gold, and 2 other colors to choose from. Decided to go with 16 ounces. You can also get it anywhere between 8 to 16 ounces, so you have a lot of sizes to choose from, and it currently only comes in a Velcro closure. They do not offer this in a lace-up yet. Now, Hawkeye Fight Gear is my very first company I've done a review on for an Indonesian-based company. So they're based out of Indonesia, and I was really excited to see what their products were like and what they had to offer in terms of their boxing gloves. And these are really solid boxing gloves. The first thing I did notice design-wise is that they use what they call as a micro hawk leather, which is basically their way of saying microfiber or synthetic leather. To be honest with you, this material looks exactly and feels exactly the same as the microfiber that they use in Rival gloves. It has that kind of the same thickness, the same texture to it, same rugged kind of feel for a synthetic. And it's probably one of the best, if not the best, synthetic on the market from what I've seen so far in terms of durability and just really being able to replicate the sturdiness of a genuine leather glove. You can see it looks really nice. I love the design of it with that hawk on the back of the glove. Being 16 ounces, this has more of a medium to large profile to it. It's not a huge glove, but it's not compact by any means. So you have obviously the green exterior, the gold Hawk logo. It does also say Flux right there, trademarked, as well as a Hawkeye on the Velcro strap that has a really cool, unique kind of quilted design with the gold piping. I love the way that looks as well. Kind of gives the glove kind of an elegant look that you really haven't seen any other gloves as far as the quilted design goes. So that's kind of a first for me. So you can see that there has that quilted design. You can also see that the Velcro strap, another thing I like about it is that, one, it's not too long, so it doesn't kind of peek over the edge of the glove where you have excess Velcro hanging over. But two, they made it to where the wrist support right here is recessed. So what happens is when you put the Velcro down, it actually sits flush with the wrist support. So you can see that it kind of drops down, is recessed where the Velcro is at. And then from there, when you put the Velcro across, it kind of sits nice and flush. So I definitely love that. I love when companies do little details like that, because a lot of times this Velcro will sit right on top of the foam padding, and what happens is the Velcro sits above it. So it's not a huge deal because a lot of companies still do that, but just a nice little extra touch that they put there. They use a 4-layer foam, multi-layer foam in here that has, I'd say, a balanced medium density to it. It's not overly stiff like a molded foam glove, and it's not super soft like a puncher style glove where you can push all the way through and just feel your knuckles. So I'd say it's pretty well balanced. On the palm side, you have kind of that metallic gold colorway. Again, that looks really good. I love the way that looks. So 16 ounces right there, double stitching throughout. A really nice sized grip bar right there. It was really nice and large. Perforated holes right here for ventilation on your palm, as well as on your thumb right there. Just to show you guys the inside. The inside uses a tri-cot microfiber liner on the inside that's really nice. You also have the Hawkeye fight gear, tags right here, kind of a indicator for warning if you're partaking in boxing, and the gloves are made in China. You have black piping right here that goes on the palm side all the way down to the cuff, and a good amount of padding on the back of the wrist. You have about 1 inch of padding, softer density on the inside that sits against your wrist, and a little bit more firm on the exterior. About 1/8 of an inch of really firm padding right here on the wrist, on the inside, as well as on this other side right here. So you can see that it has kind of that piece right here, and then it tapers off. A attached thumb as well with the microfiber leather. One thing I did notice is that this attachment is pretty long. And if you're going to use this for sparring, you definitely have to be mindful that your thumb can be pretty exposed with how long this attachment is. If I were to do it all over again, I would cut that attachment in half just to pull the thumb in a little bit better and give you better, thumb ergonomics as well, because then you're pulling your thumb tighter into your fist. But again, that attachment is kind of long, and you definitely have an issue right there that you might be able to poke somebody in the eye with that. So one area of opportunity I see right there. But overall, a really cool looking glove. I love the green and the gold. And it looks really clean and really slick. And overall, a really cool looking glove. Quality in these gloves are actually pretty nice. I mean, if we're going to compare it to, say, for example, Rival that uses the same kind of material, in my opinion, they're right up there with Rival. And, the RS1s are kind of what these gloves were reminding me of as far as the shape of the glove. The finger compartment's a little different than the RS1s, but those RS1s are, $150, $160, just depending on where you get them from. And I feel like the quality is right up there with the Rivals. You can see probably that's the one area I would say that's the opportunity with a little loose stitching right there. Obviously the attached thumb is a little too long, but outside of that, I don't have any issues with the microfiber one. The consistency of the foam feels really good as well. The glove is pretty well balanced. I'd say a hair top heavy, but not too bad. I mean, you can see right there is really well balanced. A little underweight at about 15.3 ounces. So obviously it's not exactly true weight, but I'm not too concerned with that as far as a training glove goes. That's never been a big issue for me personally, unless it's a fight glove. Again, I always mention that in videos where the weight has to be exactly on point. You can see the stitching on the edges looks really good. The double stitching on the palm where the grip bar is at looks clean. All the holes are punched out pretty nicely. Where they cut the microfiber sections off, they did a really nice job of keeping everything clean and symmetrical. The piping on the thumb looks good. All the stitching where the gold meets the green looks really good. Where the index finger meets the thumb looks clean. The logos look really good. No issues with the logos rubbing off. Velcro strap is nice as well, reinforced nicely when you tug on that. The Velcro is really good, high quality. The gold piping on the strap looks good. You know, the Velcro on the back looks really nice. The padding on the back of the wrist is really clean. The stitching is folded up underneath so you can't even see it. The liner is a really nice smooth liner that you can see the stitching in there that reinforces the foam on the inside, no exposed foam. You know, you also have that piece of elastic that connects the palm together so it doesn't bulk out. So overall, I mean, I can't really complain about the quality, especially for a synthetic material glove. It looks really clean. I mean, you can see the stitching on the fingertip compartment is bonded nicely there, tucked in all real good. So overall, they did a really nice job with this. Now, comfort, sliding my hand in here. One thing I was kind of worried about when I was going to get these gloves is if they were going to be a really broken in glove, if they're going to be stiff. Now compared again, I'll use the Rival RS1s for example. Those are a little bit more on the stiffer side. It's going to take a little bit of time to break in, but with these, the one thing I noticed right off the bat is that they're really broken in. So you can see that I can open and close my hand all the way. The thumb is a little awkward. I feel that the thumb, obviously you can see I can move it because of that attachment being too loose, is a little bit too flared out. I wish it was a little bit more pulled in and not flared out, kind of like how Reyes does with their gloves. It doesn't hurt per se. I don't have any issues with my thumb hurting or this piping right here kind of smashing down on the thick part of my thumb. But it does feel a little awkward as far as being able to form a fist. You feel like you're doing one of these more than your thumb is being pulled towards the center of your hand. That's kind of what you're looking for when you have a glove on. You want to get your thumb as close to making a fist as possible. And I feel like this one kind of flares out a little bit more than being pulled in like you see with some other Mexican style gloves like Grant, where they really pull your thumb in. But other than that, the thumb feels pretty good. Wrist support feels really nice. It's definitely a longer glove, and like I mentioned earlier, it's a little bit lot larger than some other gloves. So you can see that it drops down to my forearm a good amount. The palm feels really good. The grip bar is in a good spot, and also the finger compartment is nice and deep, and they do a good job of using that microfiber material on the inside to cover the stitching on this finger area right here that you see. So overall, they did a really good job of the comfort. I would just say maybe tweak the thumb a little bit more, bring it in a little bit better, and then that would pretty much be it. I would have to definitely say that this is a little bit more of a roomier glove. So if you have hand wraps on, you might find that your hand wiggles a little bit left and right on the inside of these gloves. Perfect for people that have larger hands, longer fingers. If I were to do it all over again and get another pair, I would probably go with 14s just because I want a little bit more of a compact fit, but they are definitely on the roomier side when you put these on. Protection and performance, a very well balanced glove. You can see that you get a really nice flat punching surface when you land with this, which I love. I hate when gloves are really rounded out and you feel like when you land your shots that they kind of like glance off the target a little bit because of how round the punching surface is. But with that multi-layer foam they use here, you get a good blend of both protection and performance. So good shock absorption, good pop. Obviously I wouldn't compare it with a glove like a puncher style glove where you can really feel your knuckles sink in. But overall a good, well-balanced training glove. I didn't have any issues with discomfort with my wrist as far as the support goes. Knuckles felt pretty well, my knuckles felt pretty good, and performed really nicely. I would say again, just the area of concern would be the attached thumb being a little bit too long. Cost-wise, after you convert this from Indonesian rupee, it's about 96 US dollars for this glove, which to me, compared to comparable gloves of this type with the materials that they use, is a pretty good price if you're to ask me. I mean, there's a lot of gloves that use this microfiber material that are above $100 or in the mid $100 range. So at the price point that they're asking, nice design, really good quality, minimal opportunities here and there, I definitely think this is a solid glove for training. So if you guys have any questions or comments, make sure you guys leave them down below in the comments box. I'll put the link in the description box where you can find this Hawkeye Fight Gear Golden Troops boxing gloves. See you guys next time. Peace.